On today's show, we're going to introduce you to a company that has solved an age-old problem. Please welcome Ruby Russell with StayPut Beddings. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, thank you for coming.
What happened to cause you to come out of retirement?
Well, it all stemmed when I fell in love with Louis Shield, who is 87 and I'm 65. He would come up on the weekends and he would toss and turn at night, messing the bed up to the point of where I'd have to remake it every single day. And it was frustrating. I would sneak out of the bed and let him make it, but then he injured his back. Once he injured his back, I would feel guilty sneaking out. So I had to come up with something. So I ended up adding extra fabric to my bed to make it more comfortable for us to sleep, and it would stay tucked in. And that's how we ended up coming up with StayPut Beddings.
You realized that you were not the only one that had this feeling, the frustration with having to try to tuck your bed in every day. And, to get those really nice, clean hospital edges, it's a lot of work.
It is, because the hospital corners has 7 different steps, when our bedding only has 1 tuck and you're done with it.
Well, let's take a look, if you don't mind, at this model and explain the concept, because sheets haven't been really redesigned, re-engineered for decades.
57 years ago, someone invented the fitted sheet.
And today, we have StayPut bedding, and people are going to be fascinated with this. So honored to be able to share your product with our community. Let's take a look at it.
Mitch, I started with adding an extra fabric to my own bed. And we tested it for a couple of years. We found out that it really did stay put.
I can tell why. When you think of adding extra fabric to the base, and you are sliding more material up further underneath the mattress, the weight holds it in place, doesn't it?
Exactly. But then we thought that it would be easier if we made it so that someone could tuck it in. So we added the pockets.
And this you have patented.
We have a patent on StayPut bedding.
Ingenious, because now you take your hand.
And you put it in the pockets and you just tuck it under. And it's 1 step instead of 7.
I can't be alone. I go to a hotel, the corners are tucked so tight I can't stand it. The first thing I do is rip them apart because I'm a back sleeper. And I have a size 13 foot.
Oh, Mitch, you're not alone. 60% of Americans don't like their feet tucked in. So the first thing they do when they go into a hotel is untuck their sheets. With StayPut, it gives plenty of room for you to have plenty of room if you're a back sleeper, and it'll still stay tucked in. The only thing that moves is the top of the sheet. And then the next morning, all you have to do is pull it up, and it's done.
I can already tell that one of the other problems that this solves is when I untuck those hospital corners, many times I wake up in the morning and the sheets move back off my feet. My feet are cold. This allows me to keep my feet warm without having them compressed and constricted by a sheet.
Exactly. And the looseness in the bottom of the sheet has a lot of medical benefits for people with gout, with diabetic, nerve damage.
It's genius. It's more than just the design, though. You went to the extreme on the quality of these sheets as well. So let's talk about the construction.
These are 400 thread count Egyptian cotton, long staple with a sateen finish, which makes it satiny.
They are. I mean, this is so soft. It's actually beautiful. I can't imagine wanting to get out of bed with sheets this comfortable. Elegant design as well. The embellishments on these and the stitching is just phenomenal.
Well, thank you. This is an original design by Louis Shield. Would you come with me and I'll show you the difference between our sheet and the traditional sheet?
I'm excited to do that.
Let's go. I would like to show you the importance of our pockets. You just put your hand in and you slide them and you tuck, and it's done.
It's genius. The pockets give your hands something to help you push back with, so you don't have to lift, and then slide out to the sides, and it's installed.
Exactly. And then you have the double thickness on the pockets that helps stabilize it under the bed and keeps it in place.
What really stands out in my mind is I don't have to grab this heavy mattress, lift up this corner, slide it in, lift it up again to slide it in, and repeat on the other side. I bet innkeepers would find this a huge benefit.
Oh, yes. That way you don't have to do pick and tuck, pick and tuck, pick and tuck.
And pick and tuck
And
4
pick
times.
and tuck. Yes.
Reduce risk of injury,
Yes.
lower workers' compensation
Yes.
claims. Labor savings probably pretty significant too. This is faster to install.
Oh, much faster. You know, the labor savings for the next day is astronomical.
I get it. You don't have to pick and tuck 4 more times and to straighten the sheet. At that point, you just grab it and pull it back.
Exactly.
If you're doing that over and over and over, room after room after room, in some cases 2 beds per room or more, the labor savings can be phenomenal. A happy guest in a hotel is a repeat guest. So this can really have an impact on their business as well.
Oh, yes. The guest is going to remember how easy it was to enter and exit the bed and all of the extra room that they have to maneuver their feet.
Their feet are warm. They're comfortable. They can sleep on their back if they're a back sleeper. This is a real big deal.
It is a big deal.
And people may not ever really be able to recognize exactly why it was. They just remember when they went there, they were more comfortable.
Exactly.
There's nothing more inviting than a well-made bed and more comfortable to get into than nicely made sheets. But am I alone, or am I the only one that just hates making the bed in the morning?
Oh, no. I hated making the bed every morning. That was one of the other reasons I designed this.
If you don't mind, I'd like to kick these things off, the canoes that I wear. 13, size 13, and show everybody what I meant about the brilliance of your design.
Please do.
I am a back sleeper whose feet are no longer confined. There's enough sheet left over here for me to sleep on my back with my feet up, and I'm comfortable. The quality of the sheet, too, it's just scrumptious. Is this how Louis used to leave the bed in the morning?
Oh, that and worse.
I'd like to show everyone how easy this is to make. Would you join me?
Yes, I'd love to.
It's calling my name again. So easy to make. Ruby, you're not only an incredibly charming lady, but you're a genius, a mad scientist to design and invent and reinvent. It's like reinventing the wheel. I mean, you've done it. And I'm sure people right now are fascinated and wanting a set for themselves how they get a hold of you.
Okay, call us at 775-781-7220 or go to our website at www.stayputbeddings.com.
That's Ruby Russell, StayPut Beddings. Unbelievable. So happy to have you on our show. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Mitch. It's been a pleasure.